Dear students, my name is Devanshi Dagur. Welcome to our channel, The Sharpage Update. Today, we are going to study about the convex mirrors, like what are convex mirrors and what are the uses of convex mirrors. Students, convex mirrors are the diverging mirrors. They are used as the rear view mirrors in our vehicles.
Hello everyone, my name is Devanshi Dagur. Today we are going to study about the convex mirror. Students, in our previous video, we have already studied about the concave mirror. What are the uses of concave mirror and about the image formation by a concave mirror. In today's video, we are going to start convex mirror. Dear students, we already know about the convex mirrors. Like the reflecting surface of a convex mirror is curved outwards. The reflecting surface of a convex mirror is curved outwards and this mirror is a diverging mirror. Right, students? Now let's study about the image formation by convex mirror. Students, as we can see in this diagram, we have placed the object at infinity. As you can see, the object is AB and is placed at infinity. Now, a ray of light which is incident on the convex mirror diverges in the other direction. As you can see, this ray diverges from the mirror. This ray diverges from the mirror because the convex mirror is a diverging mirror. Now, as we can see, this ray of light is parallel to the principal axis. Right, students? So, the rays which are parallel to the principal axis passes through the focus. So, when this ray of light diverges from the mirror, it is appeared to meet at the focus. And where is the focus? The focus is behind the mirror. Right, students? The focus is behind the mirror. Now, a second ray of light which is incident on the convex mirror diverges in the other direction and is appeared to meet at the focus behind the mirror. Now, we can see these two rays meet here at the focus. So, the image will be formed at the focus. Right, students? The image will be formed at the focus and behind the mirror. Now, what is the size of this image? The size of this image is point size. You can see the size of this image is point size. Now, what is the nature of the image? Students, as you can see, the image is formed behind the mirror. So, the images which are formed behind the mirror are called virtual images. So, the nature of this image is virtual and erect. Now, in the second condition, we have placed object between infinity and pole. Students, we can place the object anywhere between the infinity and the pole. Now, we can see this is the object AB and a ray of light which is incident on the convex mirror is deflected in the other direction. Now, we can see that this ray is parallel to the principal axis and appear to meet at the focus behind the mirror. Now, the second ray of light is appear to meet at the center of curvature and return back following the same path. Now, what we see here? Students, as we can see that these two rays are meeting here. So, the image is formed between the pole and the focus. And you can see the size of image is smaller than the object. So, what is the size of the image? The size of the image is smaller than the object. And can you tell me what is the nature of this image? The nature of this image is virtual and erect because it is forming behind the mirror, right? And what is the position? Position is between pole and focus. So dear students, in the case of convex mirrors, only two conditions arises. Number one, when the object is placed at infinity, then the image will be formed at the focus and behind the mirror. And the second condition, if the object is placed anywhere between infinity and pole, the image will form between pole and the focus only. So these are the only two conditions in case of convex mirror. Dear students, now we will study about the uses of convex mirrors. Students, do you know the convex mirrors are used as the rear view mirrors in vehicles because they always give an erect and a smaller image. And second point is they have a wider field of view as they are curved outwards. Students, you can see the convex mirrors gives a wider field of view. So that's why they are used as rear view mirrors. The second use of convex mirrors is as blind turns and on points of merging traffic to facilitate vision of both side traffic. So students, the convex mirrors are used at blind turns and on the points of merging traffic. The convex mirrors are also used in shops as security mirror. Students, the convex mirrors are also used as security mirror as you can see in these pictures. Now we will study about the mirror formula and we will do the derivation for the same. Students, as you can see in this diagram, there is an object placed between the center of curvature and focus. Now the object is AB. As you can see, a ray of light is incident on the mirror and this is parallel to the principal axis. That's why it passes through the focus. So we have taken the point at which the line is incident as D, and after reflection it passes through the focus. And the second ray of light which is incident at the mirror is passing through the center of curvature and returning back following the same path. Now you can see the image is formed here because the two rays are meeting here. So we name the image as A1 and B1. As you can see, the image is formed in front of the mirror. So the image is real and inverted. Now we have taken the object distance as U and the image distance from the pole as V. Dear students, according to the law of vertically opposite angles, we can write angle ACB equal to angle A1CB1. Similarly, angle ABC is equal to angle A1B1 and C because they are right angle triangles. Because they are right angles, that's why they are equal to each other. Students, as you can see, the two angles of triangle ACB and A1CB1 are equal, so the third angle is also equal. Means angle BAC is equal to angle B1A1C. So we can write it as angle BAC is equal to angle B1A1C. Dear students, as the triangles ABC and A1B1C are equal and similar, so we can write AB upon A1B1 is equal to BC upon B1C. Similarly, you can see the triangle FEB and FA1B1 are also equal and similar. So we can write ED upon A1B1 is equal to EF upon FB1. Students, you can see here ED is equal to AB. They are of same length. So can we write ED is equal to AB? Right. So we are writing AB at the place of ED. Now the second equation becomes AB upon A1B1 is equal to EF upon FB1. Now let's combine these two equations. What we get? Now you can see AB A upon A1B1 is equal to BC upon B1C, and here AB upon A1B1 is equal to EF upon FB1. So by combining equation 1 and 2, we get BC upon B1C is equal to EF upon FB1. Dear students, as you can see, the point E is very close to the point P. So we can write EF is equal to PF, as these two are very close. So in this equation, we have placed PF at the place of EF because E and P are too close. Dear students, in this diagram, you can see BC is equal to PC minus PB. Right students? This BC is equal to PC minus PB. And B1C is equal to PB1 minus PC. Right students? So B1C is equal to PB1 minus PC, and FB1 is equal to PB1 minus PF. So FB1 is equal to PB1 minus PF. We can write this equation BC upon B1C equal to PF upon FB1 as BC is equal to PC minus PB and B1C equal to PB1 minus PC and is equal to PF upon FB1 is equal to PB1 minus PF. Dear students, now we will substitute the values. Students, do you know what is the value of PC? PC means the distance between the pole and the center of curvature. So what is this distance called? This is called the radius of curvature, and we represent the radius of curvature by R. So we can put PC is equal to minus R. Now the question is, why we have used minus sign? Students, we have used the minus sign because this is a concave mirror and we can see the direction of center of curvature and focus is opposite in the direction of incident light. So the distances in the opposite direction of incident light are taken as negative. So we take minus sign for radius of curvature in case of concave mirrors. Now, what is PB? PB is the distance of the object from the pole. So, we have represented it by U. We always represent the object distance by U, and we place the minus sign because it is in the opposite direction of incident light. Now, what is PB1? PB1 is the distance of the image from the pole, and we have taken it minus V, as we always represent the image distance by V, and the minus sign represents that it is in the opposite direction of incident light. Now, what is PF? As we can see, PF is the distance between pole and the focus, and this distance is known as focal length. So, we have represented it by using a small f, and the minus sign represents the opposite direction. After substituting the values, we get this equation, and after solving this equation, we get u minus r upon r minus v is equal to f upon v minus f. After cross multiplication, we get this equation. So now the equation is uv minus uf minus rv plus vf is equal to 0. Students, as we already know, the radius of curvature is equal to 2 times of focal length. So at the place of r, means radius of curvature, we can place this value 2f. So uv minus uf minus 2fv plus vf is equal to 0. Now by solving it further and dividing with uv, we get 1 upon f is equal to 1 upon u plus 1 upon v. So this is the mirror formula. Students, here f represents the focal length, u represents the object distance, and v represents the image distance. This is the mirror formula. Students, do you know what is magnification of spherical mirrors? Yes, it is the ratio of the height of image to the height of object. Means the ratio of height of image to the height of object. So, if we consider the height of image as hi and height of object as ho, and the magnification is represented by small m, so m will be equal to hi upon ho. M is also equal to minus v upon u, where v is the image distance and u is the object distance. Students, if the value of m is negative, then the image is real, and if m is positive, image is virtual. If the height of image is equal to the height of object, then m is equal to 1. That means image is equal to object, and if hi means height of image is greater than the height of object, then m is greater than 1, means image is enlarged. And if hi, height of image, is smaller than height of object, then m is less than 1, means image is smaller. Dear students, these are some points about magnification. So, the magnification of plane mirror is always +1. Plus sign indicates virtual image. If m is positive and less than 1, it is a convex mirror. If m is positive and more than 1, it is a concave mirror. Right? If m is negative, then it is a concave mirror.
So students, what we have learned in this video? In this video, we studied about the ray diagrams formed by convex mirror and the uses of convex mirror, what is mirror formula and how it is derived. And also, we studied about the magnification of mirrors, what is the formula of magnification. We will study about refraction in our next video. Till then, stay home, stay safe.